y'all ready for this. Cause the next generation needs to see some love, peace, and unity.
1963, November 22nd, President Kennedy assassinated.
Civil rights protests are sweeping the country, and the fight for voting rights continues.
April 4th, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was killed.
June 5th, Bobby Kennedy killed.
President Johnson signs Civil Rights Act.
Black Power movement is born. Madison blacks are concerned about discrimination in Madison and watch protests get ugly in the South.
The Urban League of Greater Madison was founded by a group of citizens in Madison who were concerned about conditions facing African Americans during that time. Today, we will be talking with Betty Banks, whose mother was one of the founders and a friend of the Madison Urban League, which was the name given for this group. Betty was born and raised in Madison and remembers what life was like in the 60s. What was Madison like in 1963 when people went to the United Givers Fund to request funding?
1963 was a time that there was a lot of student unrest on campus. There were civil rights protests all across the country, and even though there were people in Madison who were very concerned about discrimination here, the university students, really were aware of protests that were happening in the South, but they paid very little attention to the discrimination that was happening right here in Madison, in the city where the university is located. This was also the time that the Wisconsin State Journal ran a 13-week series that was called The Negro in Madison, and it reported on the discrimination in housing, jobs, and education. This was a time when the city of Madison didn't hire any black firefighters, any black police officers. Other employers discriminated against us in this city. And so this group of people were very concerned about a growing population of black people here, and they really wanted to have a report and a study that would talk about these issues. One of the things that they were armed with was the fact that the black population had grown from 648 residents to 1,489 residents within 10 years. And so they were very concerned about conditions and really wanted an affiliate of the Urban League to be here. And so they were called the Friends of the Urban League.
Your mother was one of the founders of the Madison Urban League. Did she talk about being part of this founding group? If so, what did she say?
She did, in fact, talk about the work that the Friends of the Urban League were doing in terms of trying to gather the information so that they could have a good report that they could give to the United Givers Fund. She talked about going into the barbershop and the beauty shop, because at that time there was just one barbershop and one beauty shop here in Madison. And she also talked about going in churches and asking people questions and hearing their stories about what their lives were like in terms of applying and getting jobs or not getting jobs, and just the experiences that they had here being African Americans.
The Givers Fund denied the request, but on February 20th, 1968, the National Urban League granted the affiliation. What did people say about this?
Well, people were very saddened by the fact that the United Givers Fund felt like, there wasn't any need. I mean, what they said was that Madison did not have the same kind of discrimination that was happening in other cities across the country. And although that might have been true, there was discrimination here, and so the Friends of the Urban League were very happy when the National Urban League granted them an affiliate certification, and they were ready to go out and fundraise and get support for what would become the Madison Urban League.
1963, four Madisonians, Lacey H. Fishel Jr., Sidney Forbes, Isabel Clark, and Francis Morrison, send a letter to Dean Irwin Gomenitz, president of the United Givers Fund, requesting funds for a feasibility study on the growing population of the city's black citizens.
1964 study is complete, and the Friends of the Madison Urban League have 40 members. Givers Fund rejects request.
1968, on February 20th, the National Urban League approves applications for affiliation and the Madison Urban League is formed.
1970, First Urban League Executive Director Nelson Cummings Jr. tells a crowd of 425 annual dinner attendees Madison Urban League is going to turn Madison around and we won't be satisfied with anything less.
1972 to 1974, MUL's budget increases from $287,000 to almost $80,000. Membership increases from 89 to 161, and staff grows from 2 to 12. Passage of the Comprehensive Employment and Training Act in 1973 allows the League to expand employment and training programs. 1974, the League investigates the City of Madison discriminatory hiring practices, which forces the city to more than triple its number of employees of color. 21 women enrolled in MUL's Secretarial Skill Building Program, and League membership grows to 207, and the budget is more than $200,000.
In 1976, the Urban League moves from its first office at 31 South Mill Street into a converted house at 151 East Grumsh Street.
I am grateful to have this opportunity to work with a group of wonderful kids and students on the Urban League Video History Project at Wright Middle School. I believe that this project has helped the students grow in their knowledge and awareness of the importance of the Urban League history and the impact it has for the greater Madison community area. I leave this project with a quote from Harold Washington, former mayor of Chicago. "Reading was an excursion that took me places a kid from the urban city would never see. And I certainly can't imagine what life would be like without it." I will ad-lib by saying that education is an excursion that will definitely make a difference in many students and community members' lives. It will create workplace opportunities and give them the fulfillment of economic and social aspirations.
This Urban League project has been a great experience for me to learn to become comfortable in front of the camera. I enjoyed meeting everyone who was in this project. I really loved meeting Mr. Nelson Cummings. It felt like it was a legend in front of me. I really loved this project. It was challenging and fun, but mostly fun. The snacks wasn't bad either.
I enjoy working on this video project because I learned a lot about the history of the Urban League. I also enjoyed the exposure we will get from doing it. This video also taught me a lot about how to interview people and get used to being on camera.
I'm glad that I was a part of this project. I learned a lot about the Civil Rights Movement and the Urban League. I hate being on camera, but I persevered through it. I'm also proud of being part of this because they picked me and some others out of the whole 8th grade.
Being a part of this film has helped me understand the history of Madison and the Urban League. I met new people and did things that were out of my comfort zone. It has been a great experience working with the Urban League. Being a part of this film has helped me understand the history of Madison and the Urban League. I met new people and did things that were out of my comfort zone. It has been a great experience working with the Urban League. I have gained more confidence and increased my interpersonal communication skills.
I did this video shoot because I feel that this is something I'm good at, and I am told that I read well. This was kind of hard, but I didn't give up because I feel that this is something that will help me in the long run.
If your child is 14, 15, or 16 years old and an SSI recipient, Wisconsin Promise can help your family reach school and work goals. Earn more money and still receive the support your family needs. Space is limited, so enroll now. Wisconsin Promise. A promising future starts today.
For today's segments, or any segments from previous shows, follow us on Facebook at Club TNT, Today Not Tomorrow, or visit our YouTube channel, TVW Club TNT.
But so you can rock me 101 years old. I don't mean to brag, I don't mean to boast, but we're like hot butter on a breakfast toast. Rock it out, a baby bubba to the boogie, then bang bang, the boogie to the beat. Beat is so unique. Come on, everybody, and dance to the beat.
Every day, Lord, I'm just trying to find my way. Even though my youth is truthfully scarred, I pray nobody stop me. Paparazzi, I'ma shoot for the stars. Dr. King said it at best, as our people blood red. Hate can't drive out hate, only get up a thing like what Mama said. If he was here today, would he drop down and pray? Or could he make a change? I know nobody knows what the future holds, but I don't wanna know. Lord knows I don't get up a thing like what Mama said. If he was here today, would he drop down and pray? Or could he make a change? I know nobody knows what the future holds, but I don't wanna know. Lord knows I don't. Non-violence, that's what Martin taught. The brainless program, people weapons, that's how Martin fought. If only we had Martin's thoughts, then we could make a change now. He probably watching and shaking his head in shame now. Where do we point the blame now? I feel like class in session, but nobody's getting the lesson. If we can't like share with Texas, then we won't receive the message. Police getting reckless, the force they use excessive, but we just scream out F them and expect them to respect us. Even though my youth is truthfully scarred, I pray nobody stop me. Paparazzi, I'ma shoot for the stars. Dr. King said it as best, as our people's blood red. Hate can't drive out hate, only love. And never think like what Mama said. If he was here today, would he drop down and pray? But could he make a change? I know nobody knows what the future holds, but I don't wanna know. Lord knows I don't get up and think like what Mama said. If he was here today, would he drop down and pray? But could he make a change? I know nobody knows what the future holds, but I don't wanna know. Lord knows I don't wanna know.
So much pressure, why so loud? If you don't like my sound, you can turn it down. I gotta roll, and I walk it low. Uphill battle, I look good when I climb. I'm ferocious, precocious, I get braggadocious. I'm not gonna stop. I like the view from the top. Hey, you talk that